So I've got a little bit of a confession to make about this song. I've sort of been listening to this song for about 8 years, and not once did I notice that this song had a bass line whatsoever until I decided to start learning to play all of the album as a whole. And I think that's really bad on my part, because it's actually got quite an interesting bass line that I now really enjoy playing. I actually learned to play the guitar part to this song on the bass before I learned to play the bass part, which is, a little bit strange. But the main centerpiece to this song is obviously that sort of pseudo-Hendrixian finger-picking. Oh, it's actually not finger-picking, it's done with a plectrum by John originally, but I do it with finger-picking on the guitar, and it stands out throughout every verse. That's the distinctive sound. That's what Snow is. It's that do sort of hammer-on, quick picking style. But the bass line has actually got a fair bit to offer, especially in the verse, where initially you start playing this kind of long single notes spaced out by these kind of walking bass line parts that lead into the single notes that then hold on for a long time. But then at a certain point in the verse, it transitions into a more standard separated notes where they're playing this walking bass line that I think sounds really good. It's not particularly complicated or difficult, but I think it's simple and effective and it serves the song well. I find the chorus to be quite boring to play on the bass. 3 chords, 3 power chords, high up the neck. It gives a good sound. It's good for the song, and so I'm not knocking it in that regard. I just find it a little bit boring when you're playing such a long song, and so much of the song is taken up by playing 3 power chords. You may have noticed that my version of the song, therefore, I'm employing the Dreams rule pretty heavily that I talked about last episode to play these 1-3-5 sliding licks I like to do. I learned about those from the song Drive My Car by the Beatles, where the bass line's doing these these 1 to 3 to slide up to 5 to then play the 1, 2, 3, 5 slides. That's actually 1, place the 3rd finger on the 2, slide up to the 3, play the 5, and alternate around that. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 slides. I like doing those. It's a cool exercise. It feels like I'm playing a guitar solo, but I'm playing the bass. I don't really have much else to say on this song. It's got a few cool parts. You're playing those E, F sharp, A flats in the pre-chorus bit on the offbeat. I think that sounds really good. I really like that bit. I'm going to give this song a 5 out of 10, which might sound harsh, but people have a tendency of making 7 out of 10 mean an average song. I'm not going to employ that level of skew to the out of 10 rating, and I'm going to say that 5 means average. So this song gets what I originally thought I was going to give Danny California, and it gets a 5 out of 10. As for the bass difficulty, I actually think this is a good beginner to intermediate song to play. It's got some nice, cool sounding bass parts that, it's worth playing even if it just increases your appreciation of listening to the song. I listen to the song in a completely new light, or have been since I've been learning the bass parts, rather than just focusing on John Frusciante's guitar. But it's not particularly hard, especially by Red Hot Chili Pepper standards. So I'd give this song a 3 out of 10 for difficulty.